Hey guys, before we start, I want to tell you about a cool contest that my friend Prodigy is hosting called the Kingdom Hearts Combo Contest. In case some of you don't know, Prodigy hosted a contest a while ago, having a contest to see who could come up with the best Kingdom Hearts 3 combo, and now he is hosting a combo contest across the entire Kingdom Hearts series. I will leave a link to Prodigy's video about the contest and its description in the description below, and I hope you all will participate. I am participating. I've already submitted a couple combos myself, and I certainly hope to see many people submit combos across the entire series. But with that, let's get started with the video.
You weren't having any luck finding Sora, and because Riku had been in Sora's dreams before, he thought perhaps Riku just may be the key. That's why he and Merlin asked me to come here and look into his dreams, since of course dreams are my specialty.
So Riku's dreams might hold the key?
Yes, dear. I'm sure there's something there that leads to Sora.
In my dreams?
And the other two.
In Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, after recounting his dreams, which turned out to be the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, Riku was told by the fairy godmother that there are 3 keys needed to save Sora. They make 1 or 2 of the keys fairly obvious, but the identity of the 3rd key is a complete mystery, and not to mention, we don't know how these keys will be used. I want to try and figure things out in my Kingdom Hearts 3 keys theory, and even though this is partly a theory, this is also a discussion I want to have with you guys in my Discord server. Now, after I talk about who the 3 keys are, I will be discussing how I think they will be used. So getting started right off the bat, we can already identify the first key needed to save Sora, and that is Riku. Not a surprise, this was stated in Kingdom Hearts 3 during the Limit Cut episode by the Fairy Godmother, as she explains that due to the fact that Riku had previously dove into Sora's dreams, and Riku has had recurring ominous dreams, which may serve as a humongous hint to finding Sora, he is definitely a key. After all, Riku's dream appears in Shinjuku Ward, which is not that far from Shibuya, and the building Riku wakes up near is even an eye shot on top of the 104 building, and Riku is being watched by Yozora, who is the first person to make contact with Sora after disappearing. Now, moving on to the identity of the second key, it's of course Kyrie. This is also fairly obvious right after the fairy godmother reveals that there are 2 other keys needed to save Sora aside from Riku. It cuts to Kyrie, who is currently sleeping because she believes something in her heart will lead her to Sora. Now, we may not know too much about any dreams Kyrie is having, but we know at some point she dreams of the final world, a place located between sleep and death, and was the first place Kyrie went to after Sora saved her. Her position due to this is nearly solidified. Now, before I talk about who I think the 3rd key is, or who it could be, let me talk about how I believe Riku and Kyrie will be able to contribute to saving Sora as keys. I kind of went into this in Kingdom Hearts Reconnect, but I never really explained in detail. So first with Riku, I think that since Riku's dreams are in Shinjuku and allow him to see the surrounding area, that will probably allow him to take the group directly to that destination in order to find Sora. After all, since Riku has had dreams of being in the Shibuya world, he would be able to take the group exactly to where he was in his dream. So basically, it allows him to solidify their destination. This is kind of what happened in Dream Drop Distance, since Riku was able to use Sora's dreams to take him directly to where Sora fell asleep in the world that never was, and he was able to find Sora that way. Second, let's talk about Kyrie as a key. Now, I feel like with Kyrie, it's something as simple as Kyrie being able to make the path leading to Sora because of the strong connection that her and Sora have, since they are both each other's strongest connection. Kyrie having a dream about the final world definitely serves as a hint for that, considering that this is a world bordering on sleep and death, and Sora would definitely be closer to the realm of death. Kyrie could use her dreams to go to the middle ground between sleep and death and make her way to Sora's heart. So in short, Kyrie creates the path where Riku solidifies the destination. Now onto the 3rd key. There have been a lot of speculation on who this 3rd key is, and I feel like I have narrowed it down to 5 possible people. So the first candidate for the third key is Roxas. So Roxas being the third key is a strong possibility. I mean, he's Sora's nobody, he could possibly be the last key needed to save Sora. We do know that Roxas along with Xion are looking into their own memories so that there could be something in Roxas's memories that could establish a link to Sora. Also, Roxas has been shown to have dreams centered around Sora, so how I think it could play out is that Roxas could use dreams to see Sora's experiences after he disappears to help figure out exactly where his heart is. He could be able to pinpoint Sora's exact location during his dreams and be able to get a clear idea on where the group is supposed to go. Now, I know this sounds similar to Riku, but with Riku, it's more like Riku will lead the group to the world, while Roxas will lead them to Sora's exact location, since Shibuya seems like a pretty big world. So the next possible key candidate is Xion. Xion is also a strong possibility of being a key, considering she was a replica made from Sora. Just like I mentioned earlier, her and Roxas are trying to find a clue in their memories, and Xion has had multiple dreams of Sora. Being that, again, she is a replica of Sora made from his memories, she could use that to treat Sora as some kind of beacon that will naturally lead her to Sora's location. We do kind of see this in 358, where Xion felt more and more drawn to return to Sora. So the way it could work is that Xion, due to her connection to Sora, can rely on the memories that connect the both of them to serve as a bridge to Sora's location, basically helping Kyrie solidify the bridge or the path to Sora. Sort of similar to how Roxas could do it, but instead Xion would be using memories, not dreams, and she'd also be making the path, not the destination. So the next possible key candidate is Naminé. I know it's a little bit of a shock to see Naminé here, but I truly believe Naminé could be another key to save Sora. Being Kyrie's nobody made from Sora's body and soul, and the fact that she has the ability to mess with Sora's memories, for me solidifies her possible key candidacy. So how I think Naminé could go about helping save Sora is that she could use her uncanny connection to Sora to be able to contact him and to call to him, and that may be able to help the group locate where he is. First, Naminé would use her heart to speak to Sora, and after speaking to Sora, she is able to trace her heart's connection to Sora, and at that point, Riku and Kyrie would be able to use their jobs as keys to find Sora. I know that may sound kind of far-fetched, but remember, we know Naminé can do this because she did that kind of with Terra. She used a connection to Terra to communicate with him and even allowed Sora to go to his location to save him from Terranort, which, if anything, that scene with Sora and Naminé and Kingdom Hearts Remind could have served as a possible hint to that. So for the fourth key candidate, it's Ventus. For me, Ventus as a key candidate makes as much sense as Roxas or Xion. Despite not being a being made from a connection to Sora, Ven's connection with him has always been hinted to be very strong, mainly due to their chance encounter on the day of Sora's birth. Ven spent 11 years inside of Sora's heart and was even able to see Sora's journey through dreams. So how I think Ven could be a key is that his past experiences with Sora could draw Sora's heart closer to Ven's heart, in the same way Ven was drawn to Sora's heart in a moment of desperation. So maybe with Sora's heart being in a sticky situation, maybe a little damage to his heart will lead to Ven being able to draw either himself to Sora or draw Sora to him. So now the final key candidate. So the final key candidate for me, who is honestly the most likely and who I truly think it is Yozora. It's kind of obvious to place him here. Yozora definitely seems like he will be a prominent character in the future, and his position as a key seems very likely, as it seems that Yozora and Sora met because of fate, and not due to some accident like most things in the series. It also helps that Yozora has been in Riku's dream, which is the same dream that the group will be using as one of the keys, and also the fact that so far, Yozora is the only person to have any sort of contact with Sora since he disappeared. So what I think will happen with Yozora being a key is that Sora's heart wandered in a state below sleep and death, and would otherwise have wandered endlessly with nothing had Yozora not been able to reach him. Due to their encounter, Yozora crystallized Sora and made him ready for pickup or rescue, or essentially make Sora appear from an empty world of death which I suspect Sora was in, to a place more available for a meetup. Essentially, Yozora makes it entirely possible for Sora to be found and saved by others in the first place. It's something I hint at in my Reconnect video, but I didn't go into full detail. With that being said, these 5 are the most likely candidates to be the third key needed to save Sora. It could very easily be someone else, but these are the most likely to me. Well guys, that's going to do it for me. Again, this is sort of like a half theory, half discussion, so I'm not going in full detail with the crazy plot or anything crazy like I do with my other theories, because this is mainly a discussion video, even though there is some theory stuff put into it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitter and my Twitch. Check out the video to Prodigy's channel in the description below about the combo contest. And hope you guys rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter and my Twitch. Check out my Discord. This has been Nora Lowbomber, and I'm out.